Mr. Dolan, make your case for chaos. What's the argument for your fellow Democrats to go from what is not an appealing prospect of an incumbent who's trailing in the race to throwing this thing open and maybe having something even crazier happen?
Well, I don't think you can use the word chaos. I think you have to look at the word responsibility. The standard here is we're trying to elect somebody who can be, the president of the United States until January 2029. So, there's the midterm elections. There's, 4.5 years from now is a long time. And if the Democratic Party doesn't think that their candidate can carry that job out, then I think it's pretty straightforward what has to happen, which is you can't nominate the current candidate.
Is that as much about the ability to be president as it is to win the presidency? Are we saying the same thing?
We're really saying different things, which is I think that it's the Democratic Party has an obligation to itself and to the country to present a candidate who can run the country for 4+ years. It's a pretty serious situation. So if Joe Biden really thinks that he can do this for another 4+ years, then that's the answer. But if the party doesn't believe he has the confidence to do it, I don't think it matters about the election in November. It doesn't matter about getting through an interview on a Friday. I think the standard is, are you electing a candidate who can lead the United States and the free world for the next 4 years? And I think Joe Biden's the only person who can answer that question. And if in his heart of hearts he really thinks he can do this until he's 87 years old, well, good for him, but I don't think people are persuaded that's the case.
So this isn't just about the next 4 months to you. This is about the next 4 years.
No, it's not at all about the next. It's not at all about the next 4 months. I think it's definitely about your responsibility is to nominate somebody who can lead the country and lead the world for another 4 years.
Okay, Jim Clyburn, the very influential congressman from South Carolina, has suggested that there could be sort of a mini primary that would let contenders for the nomination, probably including Clyburn's apparent preferred choice, Vice President Kamala Harris, to duke it out. Does something like that sound like the right answer here? How would you recommend proceeding?
I think you have to have some type of process because it's an unprecedented situation. We've been through unprecedented situations before, but the standard should be that there should be transparency. There should be a process. Some people might like this governor, and some people might like the vice president. I think you have to have a process where the voters and the leaders of the party can express their opinion. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a leader who doesn't have a strong mandate.
Okay. Marty Dolan, we thank you for your time this Friday afternoon. Have a great weekend.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.